has advocacy around women and women of color changed in, say, the last 20 years or even the last years that you've been doing it? Where have you seen the big shifts? What's different?
I can jump in with that. I work with young women, girls primarily, ages 13 to 22, and I think social media and the accessibility of getting your voice out to a massive amount of people in a very short and quick amount of time has radically changed the landscape of activism. So girls can actually launch campaigns alone in their bedroom, on their laptop, or with their cell phone, in partnership with thousands of people around the world. And that's very new. From when I was younger, you would actually have to get people to sign a petition by walking around with a clipboard and a pen.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, because I think also running a website, I see so much activity. That's a whole new landscape for activism is online. I also see that like the feminist movement has really needed to sort of grow and mature to acknowledge all of the different experiences of women and to become more intersectional and more inclusive of the specific challenges that minority women face, that LGBT women face, as well as having to grow to expand to include men as allies to support women's advocacy, but also to realize how this impacts them, because men and boys are just as negatively impacted by destructive gender stereotypes as women and girls.
I agree. And then I would also say that, particularly with this generation, in addition to this idea that you have power through social media of galvanizing people very quickly, I think we are seeing an embracing of the notion that many leaders can exist simultaneously. And there is this falling back from this thought that there needs to be just one preeminent leader. There is this acknowledgement that I have the power to lead. And so I think that the whole concept of leadership now is a lot more diffuse than it has been historically.
We had many years of like, who's the next Martin?
Absolutely.
You know, we've moved on from that, I think, sort of thankfully. I'm curious for you, Rachel, while we were describing sort of the pluses of social media, I have to imagine in your work it must feel to some degree like a massive negative in some ways.
It can feel like a negative. I mean, I often refer to social media as girl town because statistically young women dominate social media, and they dominate visual platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and we know that social media can be this incredible platform to amplify your point of view. It can also be a place that makes you feel not so great about yourself. It can also be an opportunity to be bullied or to be put down in a certain way. And I think that we have really yet to keep pace in terms of education and how we talk to young people about digital citizenship with the girls themselves. And so I think, I also think that increasingly we're seeing the ways that social media is leading to body image disturbances in girls. We haven't really understood that to be the case until very, very recently. We've thought, oh, it's just the magazines and the movies that make them feel so self-conscious. What I'm about to say with now, it's the altered pictures that their friends are posting of themselves on Instagram, like during bikini season, that is activating anything from a body image disturbance all the way up to eating disorders. And that's only this year that we're starting to see the research come out about.